would you rather live under an all are equal under God, or would you rather live based on your own genetics and gain social status accordingly?
This is a hypothetical that does not represent reality. There's no world where God is the source of equality.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like suggesting, would you rather live under a fascist that is for freedom? Would you yeah,
Yeah.
basically the question is like, would you rather live under a fascist that guarantees freedom, or live based on genetics and gain your freedom accordingly? So
But like
uh,
also social
the
status is not determined by genetics
also,
entirely.
equality is not something that I think you should is a worthy goal anyways. I am way more concerned about the worse off in society and making sure, like, I don't really care about the difference between the rich and poor. I understand that I have to care because people do care about that. The only reason why I care about the difference between rich and poor is because other people make me care about the difference between rich and poor. But if we lived in a sane world, the how far away the rich are from you would be irrelevant. The only thing that would matter is how bad the situation for the worse off is and how could we get them out of there, right? Like if
Oh,
i
I see
if
what
i
you mean.
yeah, like if I could live in a world where there is no extreme poverty, but the gap between rich and poor is extremely high, I would definitely take that over a world where there's even a small level of extreme poverty, but the difference between rich and poor is very, very low. Like equality is everywhere. Like why, how does it, why would we care about how far away the rich are from us, as long as we manage to get the worse off?
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Kali, like me, then that means that you probably want more blasphemous art. Well, I have good news for you. If you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below, then you get a free booklet of some of the tastiest blasphemous art available today. So, if you want some of this delicious blasphemy, and we're so generous that we update it for you guys weekly for free, all you have to do is sign up for our newsletter below. You can also go to blasphemousart.com/ebook. That's blasphemousart.com/ebook. Sign up with your email, and you get free gifts of this tasty blasphemy. What could be better? So make sure you sign up. Link below.
Out of being extremely miserable, right? However, the reason why that doesn't work is because, again, our brains are wired in a way for us to be extremely miserable if people are extremely happier, right? So, unfortunately, that is like we can't. So people are like, that's not logical. It is logical for you to understand how our brain is wired, right? If you are in a hut, if you have a hut and everybody else is homeless, you feel like a king. If you have a hut and everybody else has a mansion, you feel very miserable. Okay, so given that the difference between rich and poor does affect how miserable we are, like if you have a hut, you could be extremely miserable because everybody except you has a mansion. Imagine living in a world where everybody has a mansion and you have a hut. You would be very miserable, right? But if you have a hut and everybody is homeless, you will be very, very happy in that world. Okay, in both situations you have a hut. So because our brain is wired to think like that, unfortunately I have to care about inequality. But I wish our brain, again, we need to rewire our brains. Our brains are not wired to live in a civilized, in this modern world. Anyways,
Well, I think people need to realize that like equal outcome is impossible. It's impractical. It's utopian. Like it's. I don't even think equal outcome is necessarily a good thing to strive for. There will always be discrepancies between groups through a variety of factors that are not intrinsic to those groups. And that is not always necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it is a bad thing. But yeah.
Hey guys, YouTube has fully demonetized our channel for supposedly hateful and harmful conduct without telling us what we did wrong. If we get to 1,000 patrons, we will be able to keep paying all our team, our editors, our artists without ever having to worry about monetization again, which would be amazing. Yay! So please support Atheist Republic on Patreon. Link in the description below.